Erev Tov Rabotai, we're continuing with our Mishna Yomi Masechet Peah. We're up to Perek Vav Mishnah Gimel. We spoke about in the previous Mishnayot a machloket between Bet Shammai and Bet Hillel regarding when produce is considered forgotten, that you can't go back and retrieve it. The following two Mishnayot are going to discuss similar cases of forgotten produce, but where Bet Shammai and Bet Hillel agree on the halacha. Now, Rabotai, the following Mishnayot are going to be a little difficult to explain because they have illustrations that follow them, pictures, and I'll try to explain it as simple and as clear as possible. Now, the Mishnah writes, Rashe Shurot, if bundles of produce are left at the ends of the row of bundles, which we're going to explain what this means, the bundles that are left next to them show they're not forgotten. Let us explain, Rabotai. We're going to use an explanation of several of the commentaries. A field contains 100 bundles arranged in 10 rows of 10. So the way the art school brings down the illustration, it's you go A, B, C, D all the way to J, and then row A has 1 through 10. Row B has 1 through 10, etc. all the way to J, which has 1 through 10. So you have 10 rows with 10 bundles in each row, making it 100 bundles. Now, following a north to south route, the farmer collected the bundles in the first row. So when you start in row A, he went 1 through 9, but he did not collect the last bundle in the row. So 8, 10 he left untouched. In row A, he went 1, 2, 3, all the way to 9, and he stopped. 10 he did not touch. Then he turned to the next row, row B, and again, from a north to south route, he went 1, 2, 3, all the way again to 9. The fact that he skipped the bundle in row A, number 10, he left open. The fact that in B, there is a bundle next to it as well, B10 wasn't touched. It shows that the farmer did not forget the bundle in A10, but he plans to collect it as part of a row going east to west. So A through J, number 10, he wants to collect all the 10s in one shot. So that's what the Mishnah is saying. Rashe Shurot, if you leave bundles of produce at the end of the row, so in row A, in section A, he left number 10 untouched. The fact that the next row B has the bundle next to it as well in row 10 shows that he wants to collect all the 10s in one shot. It is not considered forgotten. Since it's not forgotten, it's not considered shicha. However, if there are no bundles next to it, it could be that, so let's say for example, in row A he went 1 through 9, and then row B he went 1 through 10. The fact that he went 1 through 10 shows that in A he forgot number 10. That meaning that that's going to be considered shicha now. And the Mefarshim explain this halacha only applies to bundles left at the end of a row. However, if you skip the bundle in the middle of a row, even if there's uncollected bundles next to it, it's still going to be considered shicha, and the Mishnah will explain that in Mishnah Daled. Another case where it's not going to be considered shicha, let's say a bundle of produce, a farmer took it and he wanted to bring it home to the city. But then he put it back down and he forgot about it. So he took a bundle from his field, held it, said, I'm going to take it home, and then he had to put it down for some reason and he forgot about it. Modim Shem Shicha, both Bet Shammai and Bet Hillel agree that the bundle is not considered shicha, and it's a very interesting logic why. They both say that as soon as the farmer picks up the bundle with the intent to carry it off the field into the city to go home, he automatically exempts it from shicha since he clearly shows that he did not forget about it. Remember, shicha applies when the farmer forgot about it. Here he showed intent that he wants to bring it back. He didn't forget about it. So even if later on he forgets, he put it down for whatever reason, he forgot about it, it will not be considered shicha, because again, since the beginning he showed that he doesn't want it, he considers it important, he wants to take it, it stays like that throughout, and therefore the poor cannot take it. That is in Rabotai of Mishnah Gimel. Mishnah Daled now is going to go in depth about this concept we said of leaving bundles at the end of the row. Ve'elu hen rashe shurot. These are the cases of bundles left at the end of the rows, which we mentioned in the previous Mishnah. Now the Tosfot Yom Tov says, interestingly, that before the Mishnah discusses this, it branches off to another topic. He asks what the connection is, but we're going to bring a different case before we go back to our original case of Rashe Shurot, the ones you leave at the end of the rows. In this case, you have a single row, 1 through 10. Bundle 1, 2, 3, all the way down to 10. It was collected by two workers who started in the middle of the row going opposite directions. So, worker number 1 goes from 4 to 1. And worker number 2 goes from 6 to 10. They're going in opposite directions. The Mishnah says, two workers started collecting bundles from the middle of the road that goes north to south. This one faced the north, this one faced the south. They're walking away from each other, collecting as they walk. They forgot bundles that were in front of them, meaning each worker passed by bundles and forgot. So for example, worker number 1 is going from bundle 4 to 3 to 2 to 1. He forgot number 2. He went from 4 to 3 to 1. And worker number 2, likewise, he starts from 6, 7 to 10. He went 6, 7, forgot about 8, 9, 10. And both workers also forgot a bundle behind them, meaning when they started, they both skipped the bundle. Because again, worker number 1 went 4, 3, 2, 1. And worker number 2 went 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They both forgot about number 5. They both skipped it, leaving it between both work areas. The Mishnah says, the ones they forgot in front of them, meaning again, the one that worker number 1, he went 4, 3, skipped 2, 1. Number 2 is considered shicha. And again, worker number 2, he went 6, 7, 9, 10. Number 8 is considered shicha. Why? We're going to explain, because the Torah says, lo tashuv. Once you turn your back from the produce, forgetting about it, you cannot turn around. And again, this worker, he skipped 2. He's going to have to turn back to get it. That meaning in that case, he is not allowed to return and get it. However, but the bundle that they forgot behind them, meaning the ones that both of them skipped, bundle number 5, because worker 1 started 4, 3, 2, 1, and worker 2 went 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, number 5, they both skipped. That's not considered shicha. Why? Because each worker didn't forget the bundle. He skipped it because he thought the other worker was going to collect it. And again, we said the Torah says it's only shicha if it was left behind because of forgetfulness of the farmer or the worker. In this case, it wasn't forgotten. In this case, each worker thought that the other one was going to take it. Therefore, it's not considered shicha. Now, Rabotai, the Mishnah is going to continue bringing back the original discussion we had, that a single worker is collecting bundles from a number of rows that are laid out next to each other. So again, example, we have rows A, B, C, all the way to J, and in A you have 10 bundles. In B you have 10 bundles, meaning you have 100 bundles laid out in squares of 10 rows. If a single worker started collecting bundles from the beginning of the row, so he started in row A, number 1, number 2, number 3, and he forgot one bundle ahead of him and one bundle behind him, meaning, let's say again, row A, he collected 1, 2, 3, skipped 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and skipped 10 again. He didn't touch 10. So in this case, he forgot a bundle in front of him, which is number 4 that he forgot, and he also forgot a bundle behind him, number 10, that he didn't touch. The halacha is like this: the bundle that he left in front of him at the end of the row, meaning again, he didn't collect number 10, he went 1 through 9, that's not considered shicha. Why? Because since row B has number 10 and row C has number 10, it shows that number 10 wasn't forgotten, it was purposely left so he can collect all the row 10s going from east to west. However, the bundle that he left behind him, meaning 1, 2, 3, he skipped 4 and went to 5, that's considered shicha. Why? Since he skipped it and continued going to the rest of the row, he would have to turn around now, go back to get it. And the Torah says, the Mishnah writes, the one that he left behind him is shicha. Why? Because it's subject to the Torah's prohibition of do not turn back and take a forgotten bundle. Because again, Rabotai, the pasuk says, Lo tashuv lekachto. You are not allowed to return and get the bundle that you forgot. In this case, he forgot the bundle. He was going 1, 2, 3, skipped 4, went to 5. In order to get it back, he has to turn around, and that's subject to the isur of ban tashuv. However, number 10, since he has B10, C10, D10, likewise all the way to J, it shows that row number 10 he's going to collect in a straight motion. He doesn't have to turn back to get it. Therefore, it's not considered shicha. And the Mishnah sums it up. This is the rule. Whenever a bundle is going to be subjected to the prohibition of do not turn back. So for example, you're going 1, 2, 3, you skip 4, 5, 6. You have to turn. The only way to get it is to turn around, turn back, and take it. that's considered shicha. But if the bundle is not subject to the prohibition of turning back, for example, you left it all the way in number 10, you went one all the way to 9, you left number 10, so the farmer doesn't have to turn back, he can collect the whole row 10 in one shot. That's not considered shicha. And that is the end of today's Mishna Yomi, Rabotai. I hope I tried to explain it as clear as possible. If anyone needs more help, you can always ask questions, or I recommend using the art scroll, which they have very beautiful illustrations that help out to understand its Mishnah. Everyone should have a great day. Baruch Adonai L'olam. Amen v'amen.